welcome to a brand new 5 Heart Podcast live on a Thursday night on the Core Nation, YouTube, Facebook, and X platforms. I'm Greg Mahoshko. Joining me, as always, my terrific friend and wonderful, I don't know, whatever position is one above co-host. It's Minnie Hunt. Hello, Minnie. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You ready for this?
Co-host. It's just host. I don't know. I don't know. How have you been? What's the good word?
Well, let's see here. It's still 100 degrees here in Phoenix.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. So next weekend, I'll be looking forward to the cool temps in Lincoln.
So we have had cooler weather this week. Like when I've been getting up and going on my morning walks when circumstances allow, it's been in the 50s. But we're supposed to get warm again over the weekend. So you'll be cooling down, we'll be warming up, and maybe our temperatures will be almost even. Who knows?
Never.
But everybody's jovial. And I wonder if Nebraska football has something to do with that, Minnie.
Perhaps. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
And I don't know if this is just the third time we've been talking about this game since it happened, but it does feel like Nebraska versus Akron.
Third time for you.
Well, you did on Monday night, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. So this is our third time. Okay.
Yeah. So you had Monday, I had Sunday, we both had Saturday, and yeah. So I planned this out a little bit.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is it does feel like the Akron game was a long time ago.
Well, it was just like, 5 days ago? 5 days. 5 days. That's it. And the 68-0. Let's just meditate on that number for just a moment. 68-0.
Aaron Keene says we're all thinking, damn, making us do math and stuff.
Yeah. I don't like doing math this late in the day.
68-0. So what is, in your opinion, the most impressive? Is it the fact that our offense scored 68? Or let me rephrase. Is it the fact that our offense scored 66 points, or that our defense allowed 0 points and scored 2 of their own? What's the most impressive? Just kind of, 30-foot overview, looking down. What sticks out to you the most?
Oh, gosh. That's a really good question. I think what sticks out to me the most is the amount of wide receivers Dylan was able to throw to. It just seemed like we had playmakers all over the place. I just loved how everything kind of just came together in that game for us. We got to see so much. And actually, Holgerson said there's even more that we're going to be seeing. So this is going to be really exciting.
Just a glimpse, right, on this past week. And that's good. I think it's a natural progression. You open the season against Cincinnati, and, we'll credit the Bearcats and their defensive scheme. They didn't allow the big plays. We came out. I know that Matt Rhule said pregame that they were wanting to emphasize big plays, and I think they ended up having 6 plays going for 20 yards or more, maybe more than that. But, they found big plays. They found room to run with the ball after making the catch. So a lot of yards after completion or yards after the catch. And then you had Emmett Johnson, who ran all over the field, 140 yards he finished with on 14 carries, So a 10-yard per carry average, which is right there where the offense was overall, averaging 10 yards per play.
Yes.
It was a wildly successful night for the Nebraska offense.
It was. It totally was. It was like, you remember when you and I first did that one graphic of Holgerson and how he has all this huge amount of yardage, huge amount of passing yards, running yards, and points scored. And we're just sitting here just dreaming, just salivating. Wouldn't that be beautiful to one day be able to have that?
I imagine somewhere on your computer, you probably still have that in the archives saved
Yeah, I
somewhere.
do. I have it in my 5 heart folder.
The 5 heart folder. Um, so we saw quite a bit, and I think what impressed me, I said this right before half on X. Again, some of this, folks, we apologize, be a little bit repetitious from previous, but I said before halftime, I said now we need to put the boot on their throats and watch the life drain from their metaphorical eyes, right? And what we got at halftime, when we didn't know this at the time, I don't think this video came out until Tuesday, was Matt Rhule's halftime
Oh,
speech, which was intense. It was fiery, and it was not what you would expect, I guess, maybe when you're up 33-0 in halftime. But it
uh-huh.
boiled down to, he's like, they're trying to drive the field late in the first half. They're cutting our offensive linemen. They don't respect you. Challenging the team, I think, to go out there and earn the respect. And I love that he says we want them to tell their athletic director to never schedule Nebraska ever again.
Right.
And he was like vein popping out of his forehead, pissed.
No, he was. I loved it. That was beautiful, Greg.
I agree. I know we can't play the video on the show, obviously, and I was unable to find a transcript of it. But again, it's out there. If you're sitting here with us on a Thursday night at 9 o'clock Central, God's favorite time zone, you've probably seen the video, so you know what we're talking about. Melissa says, because Melissa has to just give it a little stab of negativity. Says the score should have been in the 80s. Now, possibly, right? We did have a drive stall in the red zone, and we did have the fumble. But I think it is important to let the defense go eat a little bit. And you had true freshman, I'm not going to remember his name, Cade.
Cade Pizza.
Pachek?
Jeez, I wish I could.
You had the true freshman get him a sack, which was awesome. And you always got to keep the kicker's leg fresh. So I'm not upset that we got 5 yards in an unconventional way. Melissa, you do have a point. We could have scored 82-0. But hey, we got a nice win. The defense pitched a shutout. I'm sure we'll get a little bit more into the details. But that halftime speech, I do want to focus a little bit. I don't know if, I guess since I brought it up, we can talk about it now. We weren't seeing that under Mike Riley. I don't think we ever saw that under Scott Frost. And to be fair, Mike Riley didn't have the personality type for it. Frost, I don't think ever let a camera that far into the locker room.
Definitely not.
And, Matt Rhule is really good at, these types of speeches. I mean, you go back to, what was it, year one, right? If we die, we die.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say he's famous for these, but he definitely has the personality that he will motivate them one way or another.
Yes. He's so good at that. Like, I don't know. Part of me thought, okay, maybe he's just a little too angry. But again, I'm not a football player. I've never played football. This is something that you guys have all been used to, anyone who's played football, just being yelled at like that. But I guess it's motivational.
I think to most, if I were a player and my coach was using that particular style to motivate me, I think it would light a fire under me.
Yeah.
I don't think you can excel at high level Division I sports or the next level and be afraid to get your ass chewed out a little bit, and I think that's all it was. He didn't. I don't think he called anybody out personally. He didn't say that any one individual was not doing their part.
Well,
He was
he
saying
did.
that.
Hold on. He did call out whoever was checking themselves out in the mirror. And
Okay, but that's
they knew who they were.
right. But I'll say this: that had nothing to do with on the field, right? Like, and I don't know who that was. Who was checking themselves out in the mirror? Doesn't matter. I think at one point he did say, he said all the younger guys could go sit down, like there was more work for the starters to do. But I do like the fact that we put in the depth chart. I think most of the guys who dressed probably got some action on the field.
Yeah.
Saw a series or two, and we still excelled.
Mm-hmm.
We had success at all levels of the depth chart.
Yeah, we did. Third string. I can't even believe that.
Yeah, we, Quentin Ives had a nice touchdown run.
Yes.
Mekhi Nelson and Isaiah Mosey showed not just the burst, but tremendous balance along the sideline. And I think it was Mosey.
Isaiah Mosey, yeah.
Now I'm doubting it. I'm wondering if it was Mosey or Nelson who took contact and then basically just willed himself another 7 or 10 yards. I want to say that might have been Mekhi Nelson, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But still, it was, fourth quarter. I'm sure that Memorial Stadium had to be rocking, and to anybody who left after the light show, if they didn't want to stick around and watch Nebraska's first true blowout in a long time, that's on them.
Melissa, is that true? I didn't realize 108 guys played. I knew it was 41 on defense.
I thought you only had 105 on the roster.
No, not now. Remember, they grandfathered guys in.
That's right.
I think maybe that's a joke. They couldn't have played 108. I didn't count, but wouldn't that be something?
I'm trying to figure out how I'd quickly find that information. I mean, I'm sure it's on there. We look at participation. Yeah. Oh, participation report. Here it is. That's a very long line of people who participated. Oh. It might have been everybody. Just give me a number. Come on, PDF.
Who knows? Melissa would have that stat. And
you know what? All right, Melissa.
That may be like a record.
Aaron Keene says, I think even the Fairbury Wiener guy played. I don't know about that, but I do know that the sideline host that Big Ten Network had did get to fire off the Wiener Schlinger. So that was towards the end of the broadcast. So first time and I didn't know that the Wiener Schlinger was a father-son operation. Like that's a custom-made potato gun there. So that's you learn something new on a Saturday night.
Did we?
Yep. I mean, I did. You probably knew.
No, I didn't.
Let's see. Yeah. Just Andrew Curtis saying that Mosey's a dog, and so is Mekhi Nelson. So yeah. I just think that everybody excelled. Everybody played tremendously well.
Yes.
Got a couple breaks on special teams, the field goal off the upright, and then Riley Van Poppel's blocked field goal attempt, or the field goal that he blocked, I should say, probably more accurate way of saying that. So, I mean, shutouts don't happen by accident. Everybody had to dig in, and everybody had to do a little bit extra. So,
yes. Okay. Well, Greg, we had a couple of people, I always rewatch the show
Mm-hmm.
after it plays. That way I can read all the comments because it's hard for me to keep up during the show. So fuck you, Pitt. There you go. He begged for that.
Wow.
And so Fred Sacco said in a joke, he said Minnie wants 69-0 for the Huskers and Dillon. So he would have been the closest if he would have kept that score, but he didn't. Okay? And hold on, there's one other, and it was Chuck, who said, don't know where it went, who said something along the lines of, we're going to get a shutout. It was awesome. I will tell you exactly what well, I lied. I'm sorry. I thought I had it ready.
No, that's okay.
Dang.
So
Go
while you're
ahead. Keep
looking at
going.
that,
Keep going. Keep going.
Brad Wilson, our one-time former past student manager for the Huskers back in the 80s, says we need to see if the consistency of the starters through the fourth string continues this week. I see what he's saying.
Oh.
I interpret it wrong the first time around. Yes, we do need to see this consistency, this level of play. Starters through the fourth string all the way. And Brad, full disclosure, the first time I read it, I thought you meant we need to see consistency all 4 quarters. I'm picking up what you're putting down because Houston Christian comes to town, and that should be another opportunity to roll up an opponent. So
yeah. Well, I liked how Matt Rhule put it. He did a press conference. Well, no, it was the House Rules. He did a new one today, and he said he asked. Well, I guess let me back up. One of the head coaches let an F-bomb fly like during halftime. And so he was asked about that. Have you ever wanted to, have you ever let that happen and to a reporter? And he's like, "No, but I'll tell you it's really difficult, especially after a game to kind of win or lose. You have to like say something to your team that'll see them through to the next day, right?" And then he goes, "So, at the end of the game, this past game, he said, I want everyone to close their eyes and imagine if we played like this today and say it's like December and we're playing against TCU in the Big Ten, conference, whatever. Not Big Ten conference, in playoffs, sorry. Or a bowl game. I think it was a bowl game. Whatever, he said. Would that be good enough to win the way we play today?" And everyone's like, "No." I
like
love
that.
it.
I like the self-awareness, like if you peak in the second week 68-0 against Akron, it's going to be a long rest of the season. So I'm appreciative of the fact that if I'm understanding what you said correctly when he asked that question to the team, and the team said that they weren't good enough yet, that they are aware more work to be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, Greg. Yes. Good job.
Oh,
Hey,
I
what's
like it.
that shirt you're wearing? I haven't seen that shirt before. Is this a new shirt?
I got it last year in Lincoln at was it Alumni Hall, whatever the store is.
Oh yeah.
So I just don't wear it as often. It's not as comfortable as the other ones, but it was this or Secure Your Balls. So I went with
Good
this one.
choice. Good choice.
I'll save Secure Your Balls for Saturday.
Yeah.
So then
good idea.
My boys can ask, Dad, what are you talking about? I'm like, footballs. It's your footballs. Got to hold on to the footballs.
Which is true.
It's very, and you know what? Let's talk. I don't have the graphic here, but Dylan is having quite the season so far.
Ooh, he's like 5th in the country right now.
and I believe he has 7 touchdowns or 8 touchdowns on the season. 6 touchdowns, 607 yards.
Okay, 607 yards. I knew that was his yardage.
But here's my favorite part: 0 interceptions.
That's from where we came from. It's just amazing. We were turnover you. Like that was what we were known for just 2 years ago.
Husker Chuck, we don't talk about that one.
What?
He says
one almost.
Almost one.
Yeah.
By and large, more often than not, when Dylan misses on a pass, he misses, and again, more often than not foolproof, but he misses in a place where if his guy's not going to catch it, then nobody's going to catch it.
Yes.
We've had a few close calls, but knock on wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood that we've had some situations where the ball has bounced Nebraska's way, and that has not been the case in the last few years. So
he throws it where only his intended target can get it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. No, I was just echoing what you said. I just love that. I love watching him throw because I always am looking for where it's going.
And I don't think I realized, this is not a knock on any of the guys who had been in a Nebraska uniform last year who had come into the portal, but Isaiah Hunter is a severe upgrade at the wide receiver position. Dan Key is too. I think I expected Dane to be more of the go-to, and it's been Hunter, I think, through the first couple of games. I don't care. I don't care who's getting the reps as long as they are completions. They are, turning the ball upfield. They're bettering Nebraska's situation. So for that, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Andrew Curtis says, I think Hunter might be better than Key. I mean, maybe they just have different, attributes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Key is great in his own right, I feel like.
And I do think, Husker Chuck says, I thought Key would be the man, but Hunter's getting open and making catches. I do think there will be a time when maybe the defense starts to, pardon the pun, key on Hunter, that might leave Dane a little bit more open. The more you put on film, they're going to see Isaiah Hunter's abilities. And again, that causes a double team or something that's going to leave somebody else available. So Gary Pierce says, Hunter is a freaking stud. I throw it up and let him go get it. Key's great too. Already made some tough catches. So
yeah, they are. They're making things happen. So is Lindenmeyer. One-handed catch, Lindenmeyer. Who knew?
And I think we addressed it on Saturday, but the fact that from the end of the Cincinnati game to the start of the Akron game, Dylan set a school record with 20 completions in a row without an intercept, without an incompletion. So, his completion percentage is up. His turnovers are down. We just got to continue to see that. I don't expect him to be perfect. That's unrealistic, but so far I'm seeing improvement.
Christopher Foote wants to know who the wide receiver coach is. He said, isn't Key a coach? No, he's a player, but the wide receiver coach, we don't hear very much about him. But he must be a huge upgrade from what we had.
Yeah, Nikhil Shorts.
Yes.
Yeah. And well, I know you didn't care for our receivers coach last year.
No.
So, I mean, I think it comes down to Coach Shorts has D1 coaching experience, and I don't think
Yeah.
the youngster from Texas did, you know.
No,
So
he didn't. No, he didn't. And that was part of what Rule had to just start out with. I mean, when you're starting all over from scratch, he didn't have anybody like, you know, in his back pocket other than the guys he had been working with
yep.
because he had taken what, 8 months off or something like that. And so everybody else goes and finds jobs.
Took 8 months off, was fired from from
Yeah.
Carolina, one of the two.
Well,
And
both,
honestly,
I think.
horrible. And I hope Matt Rhule is happy here. I mean, just as a family man, you know. I don't know if being the head coach at Nebraska is more or less stressful than being the head coach at the Carolina Panthers, but I hope he's happy. I know he's well compensated, and I hope that the trajectory continues in the way it is, so that he can hopefully be our coach for a long, long time.
Me too. Yes. I was rewatching an episode of like something from, gosh, 2 years ago. And we had mentioned Daniel Holgerson as a head coach, being hired as a head coach. I didn't even realize that we knew who he was at that time.
So I didn't bring this up on Sunday because I just forgot. Speaking of head coaches,
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling with what he has done next door, if Nebraska would have hired Matt Campbell in 2018 instead of Scott Frost, he may still be at Nebraska, and we may have already been to the playoffs.
Huh.
Because what he has done, admittedly, with less, I mean, you can't tell me that it's easier to recruit at Ames than it is at Lincoln. You can't tell me that they have the tradition and the history and the championships at Ames that they do in Lincoln. They don't. I'm not complaining that like I just said a moment ago, I'm very happy with Matt Rhule. But if we would have hired Matt Campbell, I think we would have been in, ahead of where we are because we would not have had the 5 years of Scott Frost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, we got
there's my
somebody
hot
we
take.
love.
Yeah. So, but hey, Matt Campbell and Iowa State beat Iowa 2 years in a row on the same type of, the same length of a field goal. So I'm happy for them because I hate Iowa.
Poor Iowa.
That's a troll comment, and I'm not even going to
Well, speaking of Iowa, I was looking at Mark Gronowski's throwing yards compared to Dylan. It's ridiculous. Like 100, maybe. I don't know.
He has 126 yards through 2 games. Because TJ Lateef has more passing yards than he does.
That's right.
So by 2 in a quarter, maybe. I'm trying to think of exactly when Dylan, went to the bench on Saturday and TJ came in. So maybe a quarter, because I know Jalen Gramstead had a few series in there as well. So now, hold on.
I saw that too. I was gonna click on that.
So Christopher Foote is in here as a Colorado alum, and he has said that. So,
Hi, Christopher.
I do feel like there's a certain element of trolling in this. Says it isn't all about winning because he follows up with keeping it close matters. When we're talking about the amount of money that goes into the football program, and 2 that is generated by the football program, winning absolutely matters.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of men's basketball and volleyball, football funds just about every other athletic program on campus. So yes, winning matters.
Yes, winning matters. This is what I learned too, Christopher. It just does.
All right. You know what? While we're talking about the goodness that is Nebraska football, I have a graphic I'd like to share because I don't know if you know there's not many, but when you win 3 in a row, that's considered a winning streak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Nebraska is on the chart of the longest active win streaks. So they are in the 3 category with, I believe that's Vanderbilt, Arkansas, University of Utah, Southern Cal, Wyoming, USF, and of course the Huskers. Then in the 4-game win streak,
Wyoming is on there?
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Hey, they took care of business against Akron.
They did. They certainly did.
Ole Miss, UNLV, Minnesota, Iowa State, BYU, and honestly, that's the only one I don't know is the little bobcat-looking guy.
What is that?
But I'm not going to.
Kind of like a dragon.
I thought it was a bobcat. Hey, you in the comments, let us know. Let us know who we got there. Aaron Keene says, leave Wyoming alone. Then in the 5-game win streak, you have TCU, Navy, LSU, Louisville Cardinals, Air Force, and Mizzou. And then only 3 teams have 6-game win streaks. It's Iowa, Memphis, and the reigning national champion Ohio State Buckeyes.
That is not Iowa.
I'm sorry, Illinois. Never mind.
Illinois.
Oh, we'll talk about them later.
Let's talk. I mean, you brought them up.
Well, no, I was just going to say that when you look at the original Big Ten conference, so it's the Big Ten as it is without the 4 teams from out west, Rutgers, Maryland, Nebraska, and Penn State, right? Mm-hmm. So Michigan State, Illinois, Northwestern, Indiana, Purdue, Ohio State, Michigan. I think I said Michigan. Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. The original Big Ten. Up until 2 days ago, there were 2 stadiums that still honored the military. You had Camp Randall in Wisconsin, and you had Memorial Stadium in Champaign.
Yes.
That is no more because the University of Illinois has received a generous donation.
Yes. And
renamed the stadium the Geese Memorial Stadium, or Geis, I don't know, Gies. It is named after Larry Geese. I'm going with Geese Senior.
No, Geis.
Geis. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking of it the German way. Larry Geis Senior, who was a U.S. Army veteran and the late father of alumnus philanthropist Larry Geis Jr., who donated $100 million to the university for the Division of Intercollegiate Athletics. And what that gets you is your family name on the stadium for a little while.
Well, what about Wyoming? Don't they have War Memorial?
I was talking about just the Big Ten.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because we also have Memorial Stadium, but we're not one of the original members of the Big Ten. That's the only differentiation I can find. So here you have a very nice drone aerial shot of Memorial Stadium in Champaign, but I like this one better. From a couple of years ago, me and my boy, when we went and saw Nebraska beat Champaign on a very chilly Friday night. I am 2-1 at Nebraska Illinois games in Champaign. So we have to wait. Won't be this year. We'll have to wait until we can see him again in my home state. So
yeah, there are a lot of memorial stadiums all built in the 1920s because they did it. It was like a fundraiser type event. They did it to try and draw in, money to build these stadiums, but also because it was right after the war. So World War I, to honor the guys that didn't come home. So I love that.
Let's see. Fred says, man, I wish I had that money. Memorial Stadium would become Sacco Park, sponsored by John Johnston's gravy truck. And Vince says it is Texas State University Bobcat. Yeah. So, Sainer, I was at that game too. It was cold. He was right. It was free cold. And we were on the east side of the stadium getting all the wind right in our faces. So I think I told the story at the time 2 years ago, but at one point Garrett was hiding in his hoodie just like this, staying warm. But we got free hot chocolate out of it, and the last pretzel in the stadium, no, which was also free. So we'll take it. So that's all I had to say about Illinois. Bert's still fat, and I hate them still.
What? Oh, Bert? Yeah. Well, maybe he needs Ozempic or whatever the newest one is.
I mean, they feel like there's a new one every 6 months.
Yeah. Do you think he would ever take it?
Do I think he would ever take it?
I wonder what his doctor says. What does your doctor tell you? Is your heart okay?
Get off my ass.
Yeah.
No, not in so many words, but when I went back in April, he's like, and I told him, I said, I lost even more weight, but I found it. He's like, you need to get back on track. Thanks, Doc. Exactly.
How old is your doctor? He seems like he must be like 80 years old. What did he tell you last year? If you can kill it, grow it, something or other.
Yeah.
You can eat it.
He's younger. I don't know if he's younger than me, but we're probably pretty close.
Okay.
Brett says Minnie subtly equating Bielema's doctor with Greg's doctor, which is only one step away from equating me to Bert. And
I am not.
About that.
Oh, he's taller than you.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Kidding.
He might be. What the hell do I know?
Actually, he is taller. He's really tall. He's like 7 feet tall.
7 feet tall? Well, then he's allowed to be 700 pounds if he's 7 feet tall.
I mean, I don't know if you are, actually. Okay, maybe he's like 6'5". He's tall.
Whatever. He's still an ass. I said it. I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. He's an ass. All right. I found this, and by what I'm about to say, I said I found this comical. This has less to do with Nebraska and just more to do with college football, but this is a safe place. So I figure our good Holger maniacs will appreciate what I'm about to share. There's some reading involved. I'm going to have to drop that image. So this was from, I don't know, I think this is Reddit. I'm not sure. A Washington fan says Nico's dad or agent or whoever's advising him completely screwed up his future. Of course, talk about Nico, who demanded more money at Tennessee, didn't get it, and left to UCLA, where, by the way, the Bruins suck. I hope other players are seeing this so they don't repeat the same mistake. Then a Nebraska fan says, when has a player parent being their agent ever gone well, to be honest? And a Bama fan chimes in and says, it's a lot better if the parent is their coach, then they get their number retired. And when I saw that, I chuckled and I said, I know a great group on Thursday night who will appreciate a shot across the bow at our quote-unquote friends to the west. So that's right. Burn.
Well, okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I figure it was something important.
Yeah, it was sort of. Not as important as what you're saying, though. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, Greg.
Okay.
What you say is so important.
That you ran off the camera doing something else.
No, I was looking for my highlighter.
That looked like a pen.
Yeah, it's a highlighter. It's actually more like one of those. I like this highlighter. They're like kind of crayon highlighters.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Well, let me just show you what it does.
Oh, gosh.
See?
You're getting a peek behind the curtain, everybody.
That's what it does. That's like my highlighting sometimes.
Wow. Yeah. James Boardman says Huskers are wearing all red uniforms this Saturday, and James, I'll believe it when I see it. Hey, Bruce. Welcome.
Hi, Bruce.
Fred says Minnie got a text alert about Dylan's potty habits. Did you get what's he doing? Was it a 1 or 2?
All right. Here's the thing.
Oh, jeez.
Dylan is 20 years old. 20. Not 2. 20. Okay? We can treat him like an adult now.
I mean, adults still poo themselves.
Oh, really? Do you?
Not me.
Didn't know.
Not me. But you may
Greg,
hear tales.
wait a
sometime.
second. Come on. There's got no. You can't say something like that and not have a story. Come on.
It's not a story. It's not my story. But every guy here knows that when you get to a certain age, you know not to trust a fart. That's all I can say.
Whoa. Oh. You mean can I say it? It's a shart.
Is that I didn't know what you were going to say, but that's awesome.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say, you mean it's moist? No matter.
That is so horrible. So what age? I'm just curious.
46.
I think it might be a little younger. Because aren't you 43?
It's none of your business, and I appreciate if you stay out of my personal affairs.
Maybe you need some exercises back there.
I don't even know what that means. We're not gonna talk about my back there anymore. It's true. She did say shart. And Christopher Foot says it was age 4 for him. Hey, look, one of my twins is 4.5 and still struggles. We'll just say still struggles. Vegetable poop would know because, again, it's right there in the name. Early 30s. Early 30s.
Oh, gosh, that's funny.
I remember, and again, people of a certain age will appreciate, you got to go back to the 90s Saturday Night Live. You know, when it was good, they always have commercials in the show for pretend products. And the one that I liked, it was for adult diapers, and it was called Oops, I Crapped My Pants.
Oh, good.
I highly recommend anybody, if you're not familiar, throw that into YouTube and have a good laugh, a good chuckle. So, all right. I don't know how we got onto that topic. I apologize to anyone.
Yes, Dylan is 20. I'm sure everything works perfect back there. Think about when you're 20.
I'm just saying, you never know. Wade says, it depends. And here's the thing. You don't know. As a football player, he might have gotten tackled so hard that he crapped himself. I'm just saying. Okay. Anything's possible.
Really? He wears
it could
white
happen
pants.
to anyone.
That's the thing with our uniforms is they have to wear white pants a lot. That's dangerous.
It's like, and again, certain individuals in the Holger Maniacs will appreciate in the movie Deadpool, where he's explaining, like, you got to wear the appropriate color pants. He's like, this guy gets it. He's wearing the brown pants. So.
Exactly. Dark colors.
1970s child. I don't know what to say, man. We apologize.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know where this went. How it went
I don't know.
there.
And I don't know how we get out of it. So, all right. So we've talked about the Akron game. We've talked a little bit about, you watched the press conferences. What nuggets of wisdom were you able to share with us tonight? There was a bigger word I was looking for. It didn't get here.
That's okay. We like small words. John Butler never just tells us anything interesting. It's all coach speech. I honestly think he saves all of that for his players because it's just just, again, everything we hear over and over and over and over again. He's happy with the way the guys played. They still got to work, that yada, yada, yada. Of course, we're all happy with the way the defense played because it's hard to keep a shutout. Matt Rhule said, sending out your third string to keep a shutout shows you have a lot of confidence in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that they continue to play at the level that was necessary to maintain the shutout.
Yeah,
He could have. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, you.
He could have kept Dylan, Emmett, rotate through the running backs, but he could have kept starters in and put up 100.
That's exactly what he said.
But why? First of all, the younger guys need the reps. They were not out there doing anything fancy. They weren't out there doing any trick plays. They ran the offense, and in keeping within the scheme that was prepared and laid in front of them, took care of business, preserved the shutout, and
business.
Bachman Turner overdrive. Very nice.
Yeah.
The Joey Tight Lips. I've never heard anybody called Joey Tight Lips before.
Me either, but I like it. Joey Tight Lips.
I do. I want to jump ahead real quick.
It sounds like a mob name, doesn't it? Joey Tight Lips.
Right. Actually, so Gary,
I was just going to say earlier that 2009 was the last shutout, and so they wanted that desperately. Don't you think Rhule wanted that? But he still had confidence. And so did John Butler in our third string. That says a lot.
I think it was the 09 bowl game, if I remember correctly. So there was a lot. I mean, a lot has changed in Nebraska football in the last 16 years. So I think it was really good for this team and this coaching staff to make their mark, so to speak, and start getting Nebraska football back caught up to modern times. 16 years ago wasn't that long, but it feels like forever ago in college football. 16 years ago, Nebraska was still in the Big 12. NIL, transfer portal, things like that did not exist. So it was a lifetime or two ago. And so I love that, they're starting to, in the record books now, it says Dylan Raiola's name, and just getting, putting their mark, putting their stamp on the program and continuing to generate excitement about, what's going on today in Lincoln so that we don't always have to reflect back on the past.
Yeah. But hitting those goals is so freaking awesome. It feels so good. It's like, especially, I mean, I'm sure it does for all of you guys, but especially, I mean, for me, it feels like this is what I've been waiting for my whole entire Husker life.
That 68-0 win.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I said we need, and you said on Saturday, Greg, something I wasn't very happy with.
Uh-oh.
I have to tell you. When you said this is probably the last time we're ever going to do a reaction, why wouldn't we? That's huge.
I was tired. I can't be trusted with what comes out of my mouth that time of night.
Okay, I did promise you it'd only take 15 or 20 minutes.
I had a very productive yard work day.
Okay.
I was pop need to sleep. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me in the celebration. I was just floating on cloud 9, See, maybe we can do it again. Greg, nod your head. Tell the people that you want to do it again. You want to celebrate with everybody. That's what we're here for.
I like y'all. I don't know if I like y'all that much.
We do. We love you guys.
No,
that's why I do this. This is why I even became like part of the chat is because I love, like, the camaraderie. Maybe you need to go to chat once in a while and, like, be part of that. You'll understand what I'm saying. It's the
Okay.
camaraderie.
All right. I'll make a deal with you.
What?
This Saturday after the game, you do the show by yourself and I'll be in the chat.
I considered that. I really did. I really, really did. If you don't wanna do it with me, maybe I'll be forced to, or maybe Fred will join me, but he'll probably be drinking, so won't want to.
Aaron says, yeah, Greg, go to chat school. And Vince says, it was 15 or 20 minutes in Mahachko time, kind of like the end of the show.
This is true. Thank you, Vince. It was his yes, that's how he keeps time.
I'm from the Midwest. It's our long goodbyes. So
Yeah. So, we're gonna do something pretty special, hopefully on Saturday again. I mean, I'm ready. I am ready. 11 a.m. your time, 9 a.m. my time. Oh, yeah.
I will
Wait.
probably just be finishing up breakfast by the time the game kicks off. So
I will be having a mimosa.
so I don't drink mimosas.
Really?
Is that champagne and orange juice?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you could have, like, a beer version of a mimosa.
I mean, I'll probably have a beer. Although I don't know, because I got my boys, so I kind of got to be responsible.
Just lock them in their rooms. It's fine.
Wade says, if Minnie does it by herself, she'll only do a half-hour show.
That honestly sounds like a dare. Wade.
And Fred says, I'm up for it. If I'm awake, I'll be on, and Greg can be an asshole in chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I mean, it's 11 o'clock game, so I don't know if you're planning on doing it right after the game or later in the day.
Well, it depends on what we do. I mean, if we just, like, have a triumphant day and we're like, "Oh, wasn't that so exciting?" Like, don't you feel like we have to, like, celebrate with people? I don't wanna just, like, forget about it and move on to the next game.
Well, no, but I think we have to put it in context of our game watching experiences from last week. You were at a Husker bar with tens of, maybe, I don't know, maybe 100 of, Nebraska fans cheering. And I was sitting in this chair right here watching the game in my basement by myself.
Greg, I promise you, after every single win, I've always wanted to celebrate.
No, okay.
Always. There's not ever been a win where I'm not like, yeah, I don't really feel like talking to anybody or seeing anybody or nothing.
Well, again, it was like 10 o'clock my time.
Okay, fine.
I'm old.
You have your reasons. I get it.
Husker Chuck says that a beer version of a mimosa would be a red beer. And I'm on the fence with red beers. I'm not, I've drank them. They're fine. I don't know if I'd want to do them a whole lot. So
A mimosa with a red beer?
no, a red beer is a beer version of a mimosa.
Oh.
Do you know what a red beer is?
No.
It's beer with tomato juice.
With what? Oh, tomato juice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love tomato juice. I love Bloody Marys. But beer with anything with the beer doesn't sound good to me. So.
I'm curious about this one, Vince. Orange beers. I'm guessing that's orange juice.
Maybe like fruit and beer. Do you you do like fruit in your beer.
No, I like
fruity beers.
Fruit flavored beers, but
You
only
like
like a raspberry wheat or I actually have to look because I went and got beer this past weekend, so I got to look and see what's in the fridge for game day.
You're not even drinking a beer tonight.
No, I'm not feeling good. So, let's see. Melissa does not want to do the show Saturday night because she wants to watch the fight.
Oh yes, the Bud Crawford fight.
Bud Crawford.
I liked what Ja'Cory Barney said about Bud Crawford. He said
did Ja'Cory Barney say about Bud Crawford?
He didn't really know who Bud Crawford was, but it was really cool once he got to know him and understand who he was. Like, it's great that, he's just a winner and that he's just, wanting to kind of show the guys what it's like to be a winner and not be afraid of challenges.
Something like pound for pound, the best boxer in the world right now, I believe. Gary Pierce says, how do you even watch this game in Phoenix? They can get it there. Do you have cable out in Phoenix?
Are you serious?
Do you have power? I know it's the Wild West, but
we have tumbleweeds only. We have
hey,
tumbleweeds and like desert. I live under a saguaro cactus.
red beer is awesome. Who made up the word mimosa? I don't know, but they didn't spell it that way. Try with clamato. I don't know.
Wait, how do you like your Bloody Mary, Greg?
I don't drink Bloody Marys.
What? They're so good. Oh my gosh. It's like, it's the best. So good. I love Bloody Marys. Especially
I feel like
after a morning, like after a night when you've actually been drinking a little, they're so perfect.
I feel like it's forgotten that I primarily just drink beer. Like I do my shot of wild turkey every year, but I'm primarily just a beer drinker.
It's not forgotten. I know that.
Besides, I also feel like anymore Bloody Marys are just the garnish for all the crap that they put on top of the Bloody Mary. Like the drink itself is the accessory. There's a place here in town that will put a slice of pizza on top of the drink. I'm like, oh, I'll have the pizza. Y'all can have the drink. I don't know. So, all right. So John Butler does a lot of coach speech, but Holgerson had some important things to say.
Oh, yes, he did. Okay. I was looking for a picture. I had the most beautiful Bloody Mary in Las Vegas it was New Year's Day. That's when it was. It wasn't. Oh gosh, it was so gorgeous. It had like a whole, like it had celery in it. I don't know.
You know what I don't have to worry about in my beer?
I don't ever take, I don't ever take pictures of food or drinks or anything, but that was freaking awesome. It was so good. And I think I deleted it anyway.
Fred makes a mean Bloody Mary with jalapeno vodka, steakhouse Bloody Mary mix, olives, pickles, and bacon.
I think that's kind of like the stuff they put in mine. It was so good. Like everything. And I don't even eat bacon. Imagine that. Okay.
Who wants to eat or who wants it? What was it?
Who wants to drink a salad? Well, you don't have to. It's just kind of nice to have a little garnish.
Is it?
It is. Oh, and pepper. I like pepper in a Bloody Mary. Okay. Holgerson.
Isn't Worcestershire sauce the staple of Bloody Marys?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to make them.
No,
You would have to ask Fred. Okay. Holgerson said last week on Tuesday when he talked to the press that he was not very happy with the practice that the guys had. He wasn't very happy. But this week is a different story. He's very happy with them. Today, well, in his own words, what is that?
So this is the pizza place in town, and this is their hot mess Bloody Mary. They don't say what. I mean, you can see it's got pickles, bacon, looks like pepperoni, a big old slice of pepperoni pizza, and then the drink in a mason jar behind it. So I don't know. I don't know. That's like at that point, just give me the pizza. I don't need the drink. Give me a beer from the bar.
Maybe you need to get out more, Greg.
Yeah, that's one of my many problems.
That actually looks fun. I would order that just because it looked fun.
I'll find some more Bloody Mary pictures for you. Wait.
Okay, so he in Holgerson's words, he says because he's not too excitable, very real. like and rough around the edges. I really love him as a coach. He also looks like he's like aging backwards. I think being at Lincoln is really good for him. Um, his words were, "Today was better than last Tuesday." So there you go. I have a question. Off topic, but it reminded me as I was reading the notes on Holgerson because I got fixated on something. I noticed he was wearing like a necklace, like a silver chain, and then
Mhm.
so it would have been on this hand. He was wearing like 2 bracelets, you know? And a watch. Okay. How it's not something I see very often, men wearing jewelry. How do we feel about men wearing jewelry?
I don't know. Like I'm not wearing it now, but the only thing I usually wear is a watch.
Well, a watch is fine.
But I don't wear bracelets. I don't wear. I mean, I used to have a chain that I wore that had a cross on it, but like it was always tucked in so you couldn't see it. I don't even know where that is anymore. So I'm not. I can only say this for me. It's not my thing, but you know, he makes a lot more money than I do, so he can afford some of these luxuries.
Yeah, I know. Well, silver. So, I just was like, I don't know about that. I really like this guy, and that to me, I don't know. It's kind of a turn off.
Melissa
Is that
says, "Oh my!"
weird?
Now she's stalking Holgerson.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I know, but I really was thinking, gosh, I couldn't look away from the jewelry.
You have no idea what the man said because you were fixated.
No, I was writing notes while
Oh, okay.
he was talking, but I just was like, "Huh, I'm gonna ask other people what they feel, how they feel about that."
Let's see. Fred says, "I'm a man. I don't wear baubles, bangles, and beads." Vince says, "Better than carrying a purse."
A man purse. I know people who do that.
Satchel.
Yeah, a man bag.
James Boardman says, "I pity the fool that doesn't like men in jewelry."
I mean, I don't mind a man bag at all. And I know all these like football players are now like wearing all these necklaces and things, but I don't really like it. Would you? Would you
What I
wear would you wear a necklace?
no,
No?
no,
How about some bracelets?
no.
So I have a guy friend who wears, I kid you not, he wears bracelets all the way up, like this many. More bracelets than I could ever even count. And then his watch on this side, he wears his watch because he's left-handed,
Mm-hmm.
and he wears his watch so that he can show other people the time. It's upside down. It's backwards. I
That is.
know. I know.
Now, here's a good one from Chris. Chris says, "Could have sentimental value related to a family member."
Yeah, but there's 3 pieces of jewelry that are unexplained. Okay, Chris?
Fred says, "Greg would wear a necklace with John's bitch on it." You're damn right. Big old chain, John's bitch right here. Watch me go into the grocery store with that. They'd be like, "Who the hell's John? What the hell's the matter with that guy?" So, and
Yeah.
Gary Pierce with an interesting observation says Robert Plant wore bracelets all the way up his arm. I think there are certain allowances if you are a rock and roll legend.
Yeah. Well, and Perpetually Indignant says his name is Diamond Dave. I have to tell you, that would be something he would probably try and get away with, but I would like seriously hide all of his jewelry. There's no way. No, obviously, you guys know how I feel about jewelry. Men's jewelry,
And James Boardman wants us all to be reminded that Flavor Flav wears the clock so everyone can see the time.
This is true. That big clock right here.
All right. So anything else, any other words of wisdom from our offensive coordinator, Daniel Holgerson?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He said that TJ obviously didn't have one of those, things in his helmet. The communicator things.
Right.
Because only 2 players are allowed to have them. And he executed 2 big drives. He missed one throw to Carter was missed, but he did a good job overall.
Yeah, I mean, he went 6 of 7 for 128 yards, with the longest being a 41-yarder to Mekhi Nelson. So I have no complaints with how TJ Lateef did, how he handled himself in his first game at the collegiate level, the true freshman. It's confidence inducing. So
it is. He also said, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, like we already mentioned, he's thrown more, thrown for more yards in 7 passes than Gronowski at Iowa has in 2 complete games. So
yeah, take that, Iowa.
And he's supposed to be their savior, whatever.
I know. I mean, he is a good quarterback. You know who's a really good quarterback? Oh, gosh, his name, Mateer. Oklahoma's quarterback. Oh, he's such a good quarterback. But so I watched the Michigan-Oklahoma game just to see what we're up against next week. And I have to say, Oklahoma looked really good. I actually think we look just as good. Maybe even better on defense. So I'm very hopeful about the game against Michigan.
I'm very excited. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't want to skip Houston Christian, but
no, me either.
What kind of defensive lineups they're running with? I did see that.
Ernest Hausman?
No, Nebraska. Donovan Jones was awarded a black shirt. So.
What? I didn't know that.
It's true.
I'm number 37, right? Is that his number? Yes, yeah, that's his number. Oh, that's so odd. He deserves it.
So
that is really exciting.
So he was awarded, and yeah, so that's, again, I'm really impressed with our depth coming along. We need to get through Houston Christian healthy, and then we need to turn our attention to the Big 12, or Big 10.
Yeah. No, that'll be so exciting, our first conference game. But yeah, Houston Christian. One other thing.
You'll love this one, by the way.
Okay, what?
Polyjam says Nebraska has stacked a quarterback for years to come. Big 10, better take notice.
I love Polyjam. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Best Husker music on YouTube.
Now that is a glowing endorsement.
It is. Quinn Clark made that play, and he made it in practice, is what Holgerson said. Catch and run. It's just he boils it down to such simplistic terms. Even I can understand it. Just catch and run.
That's all it was.
And he'll play more next week, is what he said.
And which is great. Great for him. He had a really, really nice effort, and only had the one catch. But I guess when you peel off a 37-yard touchdown, you're going to get more opportunities, because what I've seen from this year versus last year is our blocking, our perimeter blocking, our downfield blocking has been better. If he's part of that if he's being an asset on the running game as well, from the blocking perspective, what he can do is kind of limitless. So
Okay. Melissa says he runs like a deer, which I love that she said that.
I like
No. This is what I was going to click on next.
No, that's not
And
the one.
Christopher Foote correcting her spelling, which
That's
is
not the one I was
something,
going to
Greg, but that is something you would do.
I would, but I try not to. But Christopher also says nothing runs like a deer.
Yeah. What is wrong with you guys? Are you like brothers? Is that actually you in chat?
No, that's like, that's right. You're from the American Southwest where you don't have a whole lot of tractors. This is in reference to John Deere.
I get that.
John Deere farm implements.
I get it now.
So
yeah, we have tractors.
Probably like, I don't know, International Harvesters or Minneapolis Molines or something.
Or doesn't Cat make one?
Caterpillar, yeah.
Caterpillar. Yeah, there's a really cool mountain just west of here that like goes like straight up. Like it's so steep. And Caterpillar actually does testing for a lot of their stuff going up that mountain. You can see kind of, it's really neat.
To make sure that it doesn't tip over.
I guess. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Isn't that neat? Anyways.
I guess it has to be tested somewhere, honestly.
Yeah, it's a testing ground. Okay. He also said, Nelson and Mosey and Keelan Smith all took a step in the right direction. And those guys are going to play more too. So there you go. That's the report on Holgerson.
And I would say, with it being Houston Christian coming to town this Saturday, you can expect to see probably a lot of what we saw, this past weekend. If we have a 9-point first quarter, you're going to hear about it at halftime again. I think, Houston Christian is 1-1, and they. I have their information here. So they beat Arkansas Baptist in the first game of the season on Thursday, August 28th, 69-0. They lost last week to Eastern Kentucky 20-10. They're in the Southland Conference. If you're saying, Greg, who the hell's in the Southland Conference? Nichols is in the Southland Conference. East Texas A&M, Southeastern, Northwestern State, McNeese. This is a FCS, or as we used to call it, I still like to call it D2, an FCS school, and they're not a good FCS team. So,
yeah. Well, this is what Husker Chuck says. HCU has a run-heavy offense. They're 1-1 right now. Right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
So let's put this in. Yeah, we talked about them being a run-heavy offense. They won the first game 69-0, 84 yards passing.
And that was against who? Again?
Arkansas Baptist, the Buffaloes.
I don't think Arkansas Baptist has scored yet.
No.
From what I remember. So that just kind of tells you. And I remember, we went over this on Monday because 69-0. And then I think it was Aaron Keene who said 69-0 is not a very Baptist score. But I didn't realize I had clicked on it till after, until I read it after. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Because Monday nights is not that kind of show, we try and keep it PG.
Well, that seems like a waste of time. Are they run heavy? Yes. How much do we really need to worry about Zyshawn Edwards? He had 175 yards on 17 carries in the opener against Arkansas Baptist, 10.3 yards per carry, 4 touchdowns. A sizable drop-off after there. Darrell Evans had 88 yards, 61 yards. So, I mean, yeah, you got some college football players. They're going to be pretty decent at football, but I don't think we should have any issues with – I think Houston Christian is a team that Akron beats 50-0. So
Akron played their best game against us. Rhule said they kept their starters in all game.
I don't know if – I wouldn't call it their best game. Hopefully they have better games than that.
I don't think they will.
So, let's see. Husker Chuck, we didn't talk about this, but Archie Wilson didn't punt once in his home opener. So Husker Chuck says he must punt in this game, even if not needed. His parents are still in town. I think he would say, I think they would agree, hey, if he's not punting, then something's going right for the Huskers. So regardless, the first time that Archie Wilson steps foot on the field, on Tom Osborne Field at Memorial Stadium, he's going to get such a huge ovation. So
he is. Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be, do you think it's going to be a sold out crowd?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, sold out every ticket sold or sold out at the turnstile?
Sold out at the turnstile.
I think so. Because right now, everybody's still very excited. We're 2-0. We just had a phenomenal game last week. I don't see why you wouldn't get again, I always get the capacity wrong, 90,000, 88,000, whatever it is, in the stadium at the beginning. Now, people may be unfamiliar yet with the re-entry rules. They may leave at halftime and forget they can't come back in. But I still think that at least at the beginning, you'll get the number of requisite butts and seats.
Okay. I like that.
How about you? You think do you think that they will fill up the stadium at least in the first half?
Well, you were at the Cincinnati game. That was insanity.
It was.
Yeah. Remember that the kid that sat behind us yelling at Cincinnati? I keep doing that. Yelling at Cincinnati.
Yes.
You, Cincinnati, go back home. Like there's this 8-year-old kid. Yeah, you guys suck. And he was adorable. Well, I saw him him and his dad walking into last week's game. I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And wearing his little corncob hat. I bet he'll be there again this week.
Maybe.
I wish he had his own social media page. He was great. Just this little kid yelling all kinds of things. Go back home. You guys need to practice more. Things like that. It was so cute.
Yeah. And I was surprised they left at halftime. But I think, these early games, obviously they're not as I don't say costly or expensive. They're a cheaper ticket than a Michigan or a Michigan State or any of the conference games. So I think for that reason, it shouldn't be an issue getting all the butts in the seats. So
yeah, I think it's just because it's the Huskers and we've been waiting for this for a long time. 3-0 would be awesome. We've been talking about it all off season, Greg.
If we would have lost one of the last two games, then you might have seen a reaction that was visible by a lack of a full in-house stadium. But we didn't. We took care of business. We beat Cincinnati. We did exactly what we needed to do against Akron. So now we just have to finish up the non-con with a nice, hopefully comfortable win against Houston Christian. No surprises in that one. and then we can turn our attention to the meat grinder that is the Big Ten.
Yeah. So. Yes. Can't wait for Michigan. Michigan. I'll be right back, guys. I just have to. I'll be right back, okay?
This is a great opportunity for me to remind you, get your predictions in. Go ahead and get your predictions in now for Nebraska and Houston Christian. I'll do my best to star all of them. I'm looking at some of the star comments from throughout the show. James Boardman says that TJ played 14 snaps and threw on 7 of them. Of those 7, he connected on 6, again for 128 yards. So thank you, James, for that breakdown. Let's see. Melissa says, I think our true freshmen are going to be really good. I think they already are. Let's keep them healthy. Let's continue to develop them. And let's, just have, a veteran team here by next year that has seen it all, done it all, and is ready for its turn, continuing up the ranks of college football. James Boardman said Hartzog and Harburg questionable this weekend. I had not heard that. I'm not questioning it because I'm out of the loop. So thank you, James. We will continue to monitor that situation. But Malcolm Hartzog, who again had the game-winning interception against Cincinnati, and Heinrich, who is the QB number 1 we all love the most. Let's hope that they have rapid healing.
Yes.
And Gary Pierce says normally it's 1 game at a time, but I think in the case of Houston Christian, we're already working on the Michigan game, and I hope that's not the case. I think are we putting unnecessary pressure on us against a team like Houston Christian? I don't think so, but I think Rhule and company are focused enough. Minnie, correct me if tell me if you have a differing opinion, that we're still overcoming the demons of the past to an extent, so we're not cocky enough to be like we don't have to worry about
right
the Christian. So.
No, you're 100% right. Rhule has said, and that's what that halftime speech was about, Greg. Remember? He's like, I don't care what the score is. I care what the tape looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter who the opponent is. You go out there and you fight like a warrior. And he goes, and if I don't see defensive guys blitzing the quarterback, you're getting pulled and we're getting in the next group.
Yep.
So.
No, that's the right attitude. He said every time he drops back, speaking of the Akron quarterback, every time he drops back, I basically want him on the ground. And a lot of that too, I was happy to see the amount of blitzing that we were doing, or at least disguising our coverage, because we don't have the D linemen like we had last year with Ty and Nash that, we can just get by with not bringing more than 3 or 4. We had some pretty good pass rush last year just from the strength and the size of those guys, but we have to be a little bit more creative on the defensive side. So I'm liking where they're going. I'm liking how they're looking, but I think it got brought up last week. How will they fare against the Big Ten offensive line? I mean, we'll find out in about 9 days. So let's look at some of these comments here.
Okay. One other thing, Malcolm Hartzog is probably out for this weekend. Somebody brought that up.
You never guess who brought that up.
Or limited. Husker Tech.
Let's see here. Husker Chuck also says hopefully Northwestern and UCLA provide the backups playing time opportunities. It would be nice to get them some of those opportunities in conference play. Let's see. Double check in.
Okay, sorry.
PJ Fleck is questionable always, says Fred. And James says his flood pants are questionable.
Yeah. We're playing them in Minnesota. That ought to be a good game. I can't wait.
Man, hopefully it's a very one-sided game.
Yeah, I think it will be. Okay, Greg, I noticed that you're highlighting scores already.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do that, I have an award to hand out. And it's
Oh,
not to
really?
you. Not to you. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I know. You were hoping.
maybe someday.
Maybe. I doubt it.
It's fair.
Okay. Last week in the score prediction, we had a couple of people actually say that we are going to have a shutout. And they are TriStar, who was here at the end, Vince Watson, was 31-0, Husker Chuck, 45-0, and Gary Pierce, 49-0. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
However, the one who got the closest is not even a Husker fan. He's a
What?
Minnesota fan. And I haven't seen him in chat, so I don't even know if he's here to receive this amazing honor.
Who is it?
Tony Walshin. I hope I said his last name right.
Tony the Minnesota fan.
Yes, yes. And here is your trophy, Tony.
Now presenting the Holgermaniac champion, brother.
Tony Walshin, you were our first Holgermaniac champ.
Second.
Who was our first?
Joe Lalakis for
Oh,
calling the Nebraska volleyball.
Second.
Exactly right.
First football.
Look at that. He is here.
One. Hey! Congratulations.
Fred says to Husker Chuck, this is the Broken Bits of Sanity trophy. All right. So, Tony, if you want to repeat, we need your score prediction for Nebraska, Houston Christian at any time of your convenience, sir. All right. Do we have anything else, Minnie?
Well, I didn't have time for a 5-heart theater, and I apologize.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Next week, I promise. Fun week. Because I'll tell you why. You'll want to be here next week. Next week, we're playing against Michigan, and I hate to remind you guys of this every week, but I was at the Big Ten Media Days.
You were?
And I got some really good video on Sharon Moore.
Oh, gosh.
That I'd love to share with you guys.
Fred's disappointed, no 5-heart theater.
I know. I really wanted to.
I didn't forget Joe.
I'm sorry, Joe.
It bears repeating that when Beth was here a couple of weeks back, and I guess this would have been the week before football, and Joe just out of the blue, like we weren't taking predictions. Joe's like, I think they're going to beat, was it Pitt 3-1 and sweep Stanford, and I'll be dipped if that's not exactly what happened. So,
if you, Husker Tech, I'll tell you what. If we beat Houston Christian by a larger margin than Akron, okay, I will do cartwheels. Okay.
Interesting. Is there enough
And Greg,
space in your studio to do cartwheels?
no, I'll have to do them. My daughter has a gymnastics mat
Oh, okay.
outside of her bedroom, so I'll have to do them there, so I
All
don't
right.
break anything. But
Probably good.
yeah.
Let's see. James Boardman says, if Sharon isn't coaching next week, will your interview be with an empty chair?
Oh, that's right. He's not. That's so right. He is not coaching, but it does give you a lot of insight into Michigan. I think.
Let's see. Fred says, praying for us to beat Houston Christian by more than 68-0. This is revenge for me wearing a wig.
Well, I still think in my head I can do it, but I'm not sure.
Let's see. Wade had asked, tongue in cheek, you'd be doing the cartwheels wearing what? And Tony's response is perfect. Illinois gear. What else?
Thanks, Tony.
Orange and blue. By the way, it should feel like a little bit of a homecoming for you because Houston Christian's colors are orange and blue.
Oh, it's so perfect. Thanks, Greg. I don't like orange or blue.
Okay? I stand corrected. It's royal blue and orange for the Houston
My
Christian.
least favorite colors. My least favorite color combination.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. The good people of Gordon and Rushville, the Mustangs of the Highway 20 corridor, would be disappointed to hear that. Sheridan County, Nebraska represent Gordon Rushville Mustangs. So, or as Chris says, Boise State.
Chuck, I will not edit out anything. You get one attempt. That's it.
Fred, I hear you. Fred's wanting you to exercise caution. He says helped his nephew warm up for wrestling tournament last week and tore his hamstring.
Don't worry, I will do a lot of stretching ahead of time.
I mean that's right up there with me kicking the soccer ball with my son's team and falling and messing up my back the next day. So
yes, I know.
That's true. Vince Watson knows Rushville was orange and black. I'm trying to think of what they were because it was the Gordon Broncs who were blue and yellow. They combined, brand new mascot, took the blue from Gordon, the orange from Rushville. Something about the primary colors on this side and the secondary colors on the other side, how it's a good fit.
I do not like secondary colors.
Longhorns, the Rushville Longhorns. Thank you, Vince. I don't know where we'd be without you, Vince. And speaking of Vince, as a reminder, Vince had the genius idea to put together an ESPN pick'em for us. And, well, we have some results. We still have Joel Ritvet in the lead at 15-5. James Boardman's at 13-7. Joe Lulakis is 11-9. I'm 10-10. Minnie, you're 9-11, as is Vince Watson.
Wait, I'm 9-11? That's a huge comeback from last week. I was like 4. I must have done really well.
You did 5-5. Peggy Raji is 6-4. Scott Wesseman is 5-5, and Melissa is also 5-5. So make sure that you get your picks in, so that you don't miss the week. I think I can't remember if I got my picks in already or not. I don't know how to check that. But if you don't know what we're talking about, we have a superb little video-ish type presentation, and I don't know where it went now. Where'd it go? It keeps disappearing.
Thanks, Chuck. When I did the math, it was so much better in my mind. He said you went from 4 and 6 to 5 and 5.
So I don't know where the video is, so I don't have it.
No, you lost it last week too. Oh, you know where it is? It's in Sunday night. You downloaded it for Sunday nights.
I'm not going to change everything for that. So what I will do is put the link in the chat so you can still join us.
I worked hard on that video, just so you know.
Hopefully that works. If not, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Okay.
It's a great video. It's a lot of fun. And then the password for that, I'm putting that in the chat as well. And again, this was all Vince Watson's idea, so thank him. It's another great way to continue interacting throughout the week.
Fred says Minnie's record is like Frost's meager incremental improvement. But Haas says what's most important is incremental improvement. So there you go.
Yeah, but I think even at some point, and that's definitely what we preached for years. Now, a couple of years in, the for lack of a better term, culture is being established. Now we need to see some leaps and bounds. So,
ew, that word, culture. Ugh.
I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't think of a better word. So, all right. Husker Chuck says, seems like forever since we've celebrated a new, he says subscriber. I think he means member. Because we don't celebrate subscribers, we celebrate members.
New members, yes.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at some of our predictions. Michael Hassman says Nebraska.
You got to slow your roll. Let me get a fresh sheet of paper. Here.
Okay.
All right. Okay. This is what day?
Ready?
Almost.
Nebraska versus Houston Christian.
Thank you. Okay.
Michael Hassman, 66-3.
Okay.
James Boardman, 52-7 Nebraska. Heavy run game for the Huskers to run out the clock.
Okay.
Wade Farr says Nebraska 57, Christmas team 3. I kind of like that.
Christmas. Oh, I get it. 57-3. Okay.
Let's see. Make sure I get them all. I think I'm so. Stephen Villanis. Anyway, 52-3 Nebraska. Frederick Antonio Sacco says 60-10.
Is that his middle name?
No.
I wonder what his middle name is. It's got to be something Italian.
We don't go balls out to demoralize them. 60-10.
Okay.
That's shameful, sir. Husker Chuck says Nebraska 63, Houston Christian 3.
Okay.
Chris Shantz says 56-6 Nebraska.
Okay.
Aaron Keene says Fred's middle name is Giuseppe. I don't know if I believe it.
That may be the funniest thing I've heard in a long time.
Polly Jam says 52-3 Nebraska.
Can you do an Italian do your Italian accent and do Fred Giuseppe Sacco, please?
I don't have an Italian accent.
Yes, you do.
I'm not culturally insensitive like that. I stay in my lane.
Come on, Greg.
I don't have it. I can't just do things on command.
You've always done things on command.
Well, I can't
Greg.
What?
Just try.
I can't even hear an Italian accent in my brain right now.
You just have to start talking with your hands like this, and then it starts coming to you.
Fred says my middle name is Anthony. Minnie. So I said Antonio.
It's Fred Anthony Sacco.
Well, there you go. Why do you need me around?
Because I wanted to hear yours. Come on.
Let's see if I can. Let's see if
No,
I can.
but do Giuseppe. Do Giuseppe, please.
Let's see if I can find it. Frederick Giuseppe Sacco.
This is so good. This is like the best Italian accent.
It's almost as good as real Italian. It's Olive Garden Italian is what it is.
No, mine is Olive Garden Italian. Yours is like the authentic Italian grandmother, the nonna.
And then before I did that, I didn't see this comment from Seth says, thanks, Greg, for not marginalizing my people. Shit. James says, Frederick Ignacio Tortellini Sacco fits. Let's see. It's me, Mario. Gonna tear a hammy being a fake Italian, maybe. I'll have it, have deserved that. So I don't know where this came from, but Christopher Foot wanted to know if you were watching Remember the Titans.
I forgot what he's talking about.
Neither. Moving on. I didn't start that comment, so I was confused.
I remembered to make a mental note, but it left. Oh, well.
Let's see. Fred says that Greg's Italian and Minnie's are Fazoli's level.
Ooh, we're some Fazoli level. Who knew?
Do y'all have Fazoli's out there in Arizona?
What's a Fazoli?
Fazoli's, it's like an Italian fast food restaurant.
No, we don't.
Like you can get like chicken parm, but it comes in a little plastic container.
I would love Fazoli's. Why don't we have them?
I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know. We're not there yet, Keen. We're not done with all the predictions yet. We keep getting sidebarred. All right. So Polyjam says 52-3 Huskers. Riola 21 of 27 passing for 342 yards, 4 touchdowns.
I'm not writing all that down.
You don't have to. Just write the score.
I did.
Aaron Keene says 45-3 Skurs.
Good call. Okay.
Melissa says if they run the ball, we won't have that many chances to score this week. So 52-6. And I'm going to say this, Melissa. If they run the ball, we'll just stop the run. 3 outs all day long.
Yeah, Melissa.
First 11 o'clock kickoff of the season, or 9 o'clock if you're in some backwards, godforsaken time zone.
It's a normal time zone. We don't change our clocks. We're like the only normal people in the country.
No, you just think you're special.
No, I don't think I'm special. I just know I am. Okay.
Okay. Highlander Guns. Wow. Highlander Gun says 48-0 Huskers.
Wait, don't change. Okay, 48-0. I love your shutout, Highlander.
Can I click now?
Yes, you may.
Joe Laleka says official prediction is 45-3, but I'd not be surprised with 74-3. Regardless, there will be a pick six and a to the house punt return. Do you know that we had more punt return yards in the game against Akron than we had all last season?
No, I didn't.
It's true. It's damn true. Because we actually returned punts.
That is so exciting.
Husker Bob says 51-6 again this week. Why not? You're going to like this one, Minnie. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Tony from Minnesota says 70-0 Nebraska.
Guys, he's hot. You know he's hot. I'd follow his lead because he won last week.
I don't know if you are hot, Tony. If you're in Minnesota, you're probably getting ready for a cool down. So, but you're right. You were close last week in the winter, so. Husker Chuck says no editing out the less success. Oh, they're talking about the cartwheel.
The cartwheels.
Let's see. Melissa says, hey, everyone, Minnie's on Corn Craze with Connor this week.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I will be on Corn Craze with Connor on, I think, Tuesday.
And Aaron Keene says corn crazed. Meh. I didn't
yeah,
highlight any of those comments. I don't know why you would
you
highlight
have
them.
some good insight. Well, because I know because we're
You
going to
highlighted the one with the promotion, then you highlighted the negative reaction.
well, because I love it. I mean, actually, to be honest, Connor actually loves the haters too.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can say that about me. I'm fine with that too, because I know, but I like Connor's takes.
Let's see. The other Dave says 85-0 Huskers. Rhule wants to score more than Osborne ever did.
I love that take. The other Dave.
I didn't skip you, Highlander. Why would everybody think that I'm skipping anybody?
I don't know.
I click it, I star it, and moving on. Christopher Foote says Nebraska 56-14. Not a bad prediction for the Colorado alum.
Thank you, Christopher.
I can't remember if I got Vince Watson before, but Vince said 47-3.
Okay.
And Pitt being Pitt, 2-10, the whole state burns.
He's got to be kidding. I mean, come on, Pitt. Give
Yeah.
me your real prediction now. I'm waiting.
Michael Hassman says Jacory was serious when he said he wanted to lead the country in punt return yardage. Wade asks if you will want to stop the show with Connor at 1 hour exactly.
Yeah, I don't think we'll do more than an hour. Connor, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we won't, I'm sure.
And Fred wants to know, Pitt, who peed in your ganja flakes? So, Minnie, are you ready to reveal / remind the good people about our predictions for this
Is
week?
that everybody?
That's all the ones that I had.
Hey. Pitt, I'm not writing yours down. I just refuse to even write that score prediction down.
He says, of course I'm playing. I can't begin to guess at a score versus Houston Christian University.
I think he's superstitious because he didn't want to guess last week either. He's superstitious. He is.
Anything.
I bet he'll wear the same underwear that he wore for the Akron game.
As long as he washes it. Actually, I'm not watching the game with him. I don't give a crap. Let me get them stinky drawers. All right. Are you ready for your prediction, Minnie?
What did I say?
You just said Nebraska. You did not give a score.
Oh, good. That's beautiful.
Can you remind me of Fred's score again?
Fred. Find it. Oh, 60-10.
Thank you. I have to update the master record.
Okay. I believe that we will score Why don't you do yours first and then I'll do mine? Okay.
Oh, sure. So you can piggyback off my brain.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just trying to decide what our score is going to be. I already know what I want to say for Houston Christian.
So as a reminder, we always try to refresh memories on Haas and Jake's predictions, and they both amended their predictions from the beginning of the season to this past Sunday. Haas went from 66-17 Nebraska to 66-0. And Jake went from 59-7 Nebraska to 70-0.
Oh.
I think we're going to be kind of right in there.
Tony. That was the same as Tony.
That's right.
Yeah. Tony just picked that.
I mean, do I see the possibility of us scoring 10 touchdowns? Yes. Do I also see the possibility of us?
Did you just say 10 touchdowns What if
That's
it's more? What if
that's
it's
what
more?
70 is.
What if it's more? Okay, sorry. I'm just getting excited.
Like I said, I also see us, with the possibility of trying to do a halfback dive over the pile from the 3-yard line again, although I really don't want to see that. I'm going to go a little on the conservative side, and I'm going to say 64-0 Nebraska.
Okay. That's conservative. Another shutout.
I mean, it's less points than Haas said, if that's any indicator.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with 52-0.
So we have a lot of shutouts across the board.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping. We'll see.
The other Dave says 85-0, followed by Crawford in 10. Then Crawford leads the team out of the tunnel versus Michigan, and we blow them out. I love everything about that. Let's see. Pitt says the Netflix Crawford doc is pretty good, folks. Worth a watch before the fight.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have to look into that. If you don't mind, Pitt, I'm sure I can find it or Google it, but what is the name of the documentary there on Netflix, if you know it off the top of your head? And I feel for Tony. Tony's game doesn't start until 10:30.
They're playing against Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, they are. I know. Weird, right? No, that's Wisconsin. Sorry. I forgot he's not a Wisconsin fan.
I say one. I'm so sorry, Tony. I said it once as a throwaway, and
I'm sorry, Tony.
So it looks like Minnesota's out at Cal, and it says I got it here. It says 9:30 Central. So I only say that, Tony, so you don't miss a good chunk of the game.
He just said I'm dead to him.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never make that mistake again.
Vince Watson calls it flecky brain. Fred says Minnie's 52-0. WTF, traitor. You're saying Dylan won't have a great day? I'm telling.
I think Dylan's just going to get pulled earlier.
Yeah,
save him for Michigan. Why not? Oh, one thing that I love that Matt Rhule talked about, and I think it was on House Rules, is the virtual reality. How they can, the quarterbacks now can put on this headgear and they can run through the plays and make other choices. Isn't that so neat? I was thinking about that, going, it has got to make your decision making so much stronger in a game to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. Part of me likes it, but part of me feels like it's very difficult to replicate because there are no consequences if you stay in the pocket too long. Like in virtual reality, you're not actually getting tackled, right? So I don't know.
I would love
see
to
the
play
benefits of it.
I don't know. I would love to see. I would just have that technology. That sounds so neat.
Let's see. Yes, Michael Hassman asks if the Crawford fight's on pay-per-view or normal cable is on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix subscription, there's no additional pay-per-view charge. So I do think that's the way a lot of the pay-per-views are going. So, all right. Minnie, anything else for the good people tonight?
That's it. We did it, Greg.
We successfully, I still don't have a title for the Bud Crawford documentary. So just throw it into your Netflix search, Bud Crawford, and go and watch it if that's your thing. But yeah, so that'll do it for this episode of the 5 Heart Podcast. We are definitely excited about the 11 o'clock kickoff for some of us, the 9 o'clock kickoff for others, and Minnie will be doing mimosas, and I don't know. I don't have a good football oh gosh, thanks. I'm trying to remember
tackling your 4-year-olds.
I'll be tackling the 4-year-olds.
Yes.
Robert's really excited to watch the game with me.
Is he? Aw.
He was disappointed that they had other things to do and he wasn't going to be able to watch the game last week. So when I tell him that, buddy, we get up, we go for our walk, we get some breakfast, and then we watch Nebraska football, I think he'll be ready to go. So,
all right, let's do it.
That is it.
Red.
That's right. That is it for this episode of the 5 Heart Podcast. And we look forward to seeing you again next Thursday. Just a quick programming note that on Sunday, yes, there will be the Coronation Overreaction, but it will not be myself, Haas, and Jake. They'll be out of town for a family function. So I do have somebody already lined up and ready to go. So that'll be 9 o'clock. Huh?
Who?
I can't just make it a surprise? Oh, okay. It'll be Nate McHugh from Coronation.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be joining for Sunday night. So that'll be it for this episode of the 5 Heart Podcast. But we'll see, of course, probably some capacity post-game on Saturday. And then Sunday night, Monday Night Therapy with Minnie and Fred. And the Huskers Happy Hour on Coronation. Or you can go see Minnie on Corn Crazed with Connor on Tuesday. Wednesdays we have off. Fridays we have off. I think we have the rest of the week covered. So busy, lots of fun, lots of content. We thank you for spending as much time with us as you do, because we know a lot of you have families, and they probably miss you as well. That's why David Matney's not here tonight. He somehow gets a night off. But for all of us at Coronation, for myself, for Minnie Hunt, this is the 5 Heart Podcast. We remind you each and every week that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
That's right. And let's just pray for another shutout. Wouldn't that be amazing?
2 in a row.
2 in a row. 2-for. That would be awesome, Greg.
And?
If we do, you're here Saturday with kids bouncing around behind you. Okay? And go Big Red.
Okay. I was like, we're